So good morning to everyone. Good morning to everyone online and on site. So today we are very fortunate to have Singha Rinpoche's teaching in the morning at 11 a.m. So right now let's invite Anila to lead us in the prayer before teachings. Thank you, Anila.
Humahong, umahong, umahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Sambara Sambara Vimana Saramahajavahong. Om Smara Smara Vimana Saramahajavahong. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and enlightenment. By the merits from listening to the Dharma, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all other sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimmeasurable ocean of samsara suffering and lead them to peerless full enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Tayata Shami Shamawati Shamita Shankru Angri Mankri Marozite Karote Kyori Tizawati Oloyani Ushida Nimani Manapanaye Kokre Kaka Krasi Krasani Omuki Param Muki Amuki Shamitani Sawa Graha Banda Nani Nikahitwa Sawa Para Pawadina Vimuta Mara Pasha Siddhabitwa Buddha Mudra Anon Gatita Sawa Mari Putarita Parishudi Bigasantu Sawa Mara Karmani. I prostrate to a gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the holy supreme sites of space and joy, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical emanation, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Arka Samarata Shadarasa Marayapi. Arka Samarata Shadarasa Marayapi. Arka Samarata Shadarasa Marayapi. Tayata Gade Gade Parkate Parsam Gade Bodhi Soha. Tayata Gade Gade Parkate Parsam Gade Bodhi Soha. Tayata Gade Gade Parkate Parsam Gade Bodhi Soha. Through the power of great truth of the words of the Exalted Three Jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles and hindrances and adverse conditions be pacified. Shatim Kuriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the bliss of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actually offered to mentally transform. I confess all my negative actions accumulated since beginner's time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard, once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Vulture Peak Mountain, together with great gathering of Sangha of monks and a great gathering of Sangha of Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered a samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination. And at the same time, Noble Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, while practicing a profound Prajna Paramita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas also to be empty of nature. Then through the power of Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokitesvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice a profound Prajna Paramita should sing this way. Seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form, form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dhammas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There is no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch. No dhammas, no I dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dhammas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death. no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they abide by means of Prajna Paramita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear. They transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Buddhas of the three times by means of Prajna Paramita fully awaken to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of Prajna Paramita, the mantra of great insights, the unsurpassed mantra, the unequaled mantra, the mantra that comes all suffering should be known as truth. Since there's no deception, the Prajna Paramita mantra is said in this way. Teyata gate gate barakate barasam gate bodhi soha. First, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound Prajna Paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from Samadhi and praised noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, thus it is. O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice a profound Prajna Paramita, just as you have taught, and all the Dagadas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, Venerable Sariputra and noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, the whole assembly, and the both of his gods, humans, Asuras, and Gandharvas, rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay, we'll take a break here.
So thank you, Anila, and once again, good morning to everyone online and on-site. Thank you for joining us today for Singha Rinpoche's teaching. So today's teaching topic is on the state of depression. So right now, I'd like to highlight to you certain upcoming activities that the temple will be organizing. So first, on 2nd of July, Sunday, 11 a.m., there will be a Chinese Sutra recitation on the full moon day. So this chanting is in Mandarin and is open to public. For those of you who like to join us, you may come down to the main hall at 11 a.m. To participate in the Chinese chanting. For those of you who like to make any offerings on this auspicious day, you can do so on the Tengchen Choling website or via this QR code. So next. Yeah, next. So next, 6th of July, is a Thursday, and we will be celebrating His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's birthday. So there will be two pujas in Tibetan. First at 8 a.m., Ocean of Offering Clouds raining down good fortune, and at 10 a.m., Namgyalma Puja. So if you like to support these pujas or make any offerings, likewise, you can do so through the Tengchen Choling website. Upcoming pujas. So this Saturday, which is the day after tomorrow, there will be a free blessing for children puja at 10 a.m. For those of you who like to participate or bring your children down, please do sign up. And also there will be a Lamo Consult puja at 4 p.m. And if you like to make any offerings for both pujas, you can do so via the QR code or the Tengchen Choling website. Yeah. So next announcement is the Exploring Buddhism module, which is a basic Buddhism course with Dharma Brother Keith to learn more about Buddhism, and this course provides learners with basic understanding and appreciation of Buddhism. So this course will be conducted in English, and registration is required. So those of you who like to register, please scan the QR code to register, and we will see you on the first lesson, which is on 16th of July at 2 p.m. at the Tengchen Choling main hall. Yeah. So thank you everyone. So right now we will await Singha Rinpoche's arrival in the main hall, and you can prepare yourself for today's teaching. Thank you.
고개 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야생 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기 진기 랍체 실수소 구루 배만 시디호 고개 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야생 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기 진기 랍체 실수소 구루 배만 시디호 고개 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야생 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 오게 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야센 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기 진기랍체 실수소 구루 배만 시디호 오게 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야센 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기 진기랍체 실수소 구루 배만 시디호 오게 여기 널 찾아 배막에서 동폴라 야센 저기 널 주네 배막 주네 실수자 거룩한 조망 보고 계기 제슨 다 주기
hùng hu yin yogi no chan sam pema kesa dong bola ya sen chogi go ruani pema june she sura kodu kandro mambo ko kiki jesu na drugi jingi lap che she so so kuro pema sidi ho o yin yogi no chan sam pema kesa dong bola ya sen chogi no yune pema june she sura kodu kandro mamoko kiki jesu la drugi jingi la che she so so kuro pema sidi ho ye yogi no chan sam pema kesa long bola ya sen chogi no rune pema rune she sura kodu kandro mamoko kiki jesu la drugi jingi la che she so so guru pema sidi ho.
So for those who are online, please offer 3 prostrations.
Okay, let's offer mandala for the teachings. Oma Hong, Oma Hong, Oma Hong. Om Raja ground Ahong. Here is the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Raja line Ahong. Outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru.
In the east, the continents Pura Videha. In the south, the Jampu Vipa. In
In the west, Aparagodaniya. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Videha. Around the south, Chamara and Abachamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttaramantri. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Kaurava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish granting tree. In the west is the wish granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here is the precious wheel. Here is the precious jewel. Here is the precious queen. Here is the precious minister. Here is the precious elephant. Here is the precious and best of horses. Here is the precious general. Here is the great treasure vast. Here is the goddess of beauty. Here is the goddess of garlands. Here is the goddess of song. Here is the goddess of dance.
Here is the goddess of flowers.
Here is the goddess of incense. Here is the goddess of light. Here is the goddess of perfume. Here is the sun. Here is the moon. Here is the umbrella of all that is precious. Here is the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all the possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection, lacking in nothing, I offer to you my kind and holy Roots Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Losang Tuan Doli Chang. Together with the assembly of gods, I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground under perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as field of Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from 3 poisons. Venerable Holy Gurus, in the space of your truth body, from billowing clouds of your wisdom and love, let fall the rain of the profound and extensive Dharma in whatever form is suitable for subduing sentient beings. Om Yidam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path, from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances in the path may not occur, that I may cease all wrong conceptions and receive immediately the two precious bodhisattvas. Okay, let's all greet Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche. Good morning. Speaking on behalf of those students in America.
Yes, very nice. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. So today I want to talk about the mental states of depression. The reason why I want to talk about this is because these days there are many children who have got depressive states, and the best part is many people like to identify themselves as having depression. That's the best part. That's the weird part. But they are choosing to identify depression as themselves. So today I want to talk about this. I want to explain about this, and so that everybody can have a clearer picture and understanding on this. The reason why I want to say about this is with the motivation that you all can recognize it, okay? And upon recognition, automatically you all will know what to do. Somebody tells me, say that, how would I know what to do? I say, if you shit in your pants, you know what to do, You shit in your pants, you know what to do. You pee in your pants, you know what to do. If you are eating and then the food drop on the t-shirt, you know what to do. This the main thing right now, this is called awareness. Isn't it? This is awareness. Because you have awareness, you know what to do. And because you have awareness, you know how to readjust to know what to do. And that is more important than expecting somebody to do something for us. Now, first and foremost, I'd like to introduce the main cause of depression. Okay? Now, we need to recognize this. If you don't recognize this, even if it happens for yourself and others, you will not have compassion. The main thing right now is compassion. This is what is the difference between evolved practitioner versus a beginning practitioner is compassion. In the beginning, many people want to learn many things about Dharma. We learn the right way, right meditation, right thought, right livelihood, everything must be right. Nothing wrong. Everything must be right, should be right, and therefore follow the right way, everything will turn out all right. This is because in the beginning, many of us need to find a sense of hope. We need to find a sense of hope. That's why we want to follow the right way. Many people face, including yourself, face this situation where you will probably feel there's no hope. That's why you all will say, so difficult, I give up. Right? So difficult, I give up. There's no hope. This is the part where I'm going to introduce. use the very powerful torchlight and shine there today. So right now is this. So before I talk, there's a question here says, good evening Rinpoche, like I'm going to give the teaching in the evening. May I know if mental depression is caused by spiritual beings? Is there a cure for depression? Okay, so you see, there is already an automatic link that depression is to spiritual beings, to ghosts, to this, to that. Honestly, I tell you, it's due to one thing, that Buddhists always mix up, and that's why I want to speak up, and therefore I need you all to level up. I teach you Dharma is not for you to become a disciple or student forever. I need you to grow to become a great tree. I need you to be better than me. I need you to go out and help other beings, serve other beings, to be of service to other beings. I don't want you to to kowtow, to pray, to serve, to be small, this and that. Okay? We can fish that. Right? I'm not here for that. I want you all to be greater than me. I want you all to be enlightened. So therefore, I go very direct. There's a big mix-up between confidence and ego. And we put this confidence and ego, these two, one side. We go even deeper to the root cause. Of course, very easy for Buddhists to say, oh, karma and self-cherishing because of selfishness and this and that. So this is just now what I say. What are the two differences? Confidence and ego, right? Right? So every time people say about karma and then this and that, they say must be ego. Because of ego, and you have this. I tell you, with compassionate heart and soul and eyes for all of you and for the future, people with depression have a very damaged self-esteem. Self-esteem is not ego. Self-esteem is due to like a lack of confidence. And going through life, don't know who we are, don't know what am I here for, don't know what's the meaning of my life. Am I right? Like, I'm just born through my parents. I have to do whatever they say. If I don't do, I get beaten up. I get scolded. I get cursed. Whose childhood story like that? Come, let's see. Whose childhood story is like that? If you don't do what your parents say, this and that, you kena. You don't dare to raise your hand, right? That means all those who don't raise hand is the one that is like that. You see, you don't even dare to admit. 承认都不敢承认. This is how your self-esteem is mixed up with ego versus confidence. What is ego? Ego is the protection of self because of fear. Ego is the protection of a self only because of fear. Because of fear already so difficult, right? My life already so difficult, work already so difficult, growing up really difficult, relationship at home difficult, work difficult, money difficult, everything difficult. What's the next best thing? Protect yourself. And how to protect yourself? What? Isn't it? It's the manifestation of ego, manifestation of success, manifestation of pride. What we see other people like they have it all, What do they show? People who look like they have it all, they always show ego, success, power, money, talk loudly, financial freedom, and stuff like that, right? This is all the things that we believe it to be, right? My guru said, from here you look across the hill, you see all the sheep, all the sheep and the yak look very big and beautiful. As you go near, you realize that they're actually very thin. Nobody cut the wool and the yak hair, and actually under the skin a lot of fleas, right? It's the same for everybody. We all have issues because we have this terrible mix-up. There's self-confidence and ego. What is the opposite of ego? Do you want to know? Okay. What is the opposite of ego? The opposite of ego is what Mahayana Buddhism talk about. Is about you have Tathagata Gaba, Buddha nature. You have this clear light mind. Okay? And because you have this clear light mind, if you put in the effort to recognize that you have it, you have a good sense of self-esteem because you have this Buddha nature in you. Your absolute nature and the Buddha is the same. You are not a lowly human being that is going to be stuck in samsara forever because you're cursed, and after you die you'll be judged and you'll be thrown to the sixth realm of samsara and to burn forever. These are the things that have been taught to us. But the reality is, it's not like that. For those who didn't meet the Dharma, it is like that for them. For those who met the Dharma, for those who have a guru, for those of you who practice, then the nature of your enlightened mind is for you to rediscover. You have your enlightened mind, you have your enlightened Buddha nature in you. That's why ultimately, no matter what, you are all good-hearted, No matter what, how difficult, actually you have a good heart and a good soul. But you don't know how to show it, you don't know how to manifest it, because other people will say that you are weak, lah. To be successful in life, you have to be strong, you have to be fierce, you have to be powerful, you have to talk rudely, talk down to people, judge people, right? Scold people, F people up, so that you are the one that you can. This is the way. If you want to follow that, if it's your choice, go ahead. You must remember, you have the power to have that choice. You have the choice, you want to recognize your Buddha nature, and then you can have a choice to let that inner light glow from inside you. Go ahead, because you have that choice and you have that power to do so too. Who suffers the most in life? You want to know? Who suffers the most? Children from 10 to 25. They suffer the most. Why? No identity. Don't know how to handle life. The body is still not fully developed. The logical part of our brain is not fully developed. What is fully developed? The emotional part of the brain, right? And I want to say, why do children become emotional? is because they learn emotions first learn emotions because they recognize emotions. Because when they're baby, oh, baby so cute, love and everything, right? Baby cry and everything's all emotions. That's why we say in samsara, here where we are, it's the sea of emotions. Right? And then once the baby cry and this and that, what we do? Oh, go and show love, and they all are emotions. Right? As the child grows up, they receive less love, less positive emotion, and more negative emotion. Isn't it? And what happens? It really shake and shatter the self-image and the confidence of the child. Now, all of us are children, definitely. If not, we wouldn't be here. All of us are children. Only the body grow old. Like I went swimming yesterday and then I combed my hair, then I realized I'm dropping a lot of white hair. So that good, only drop the white hair. See, I'm choosing to see the good thing. Only drop the white hair. Right? It's a joke that I did for myself. Right? I comb my hair and only drop the white hair. No black hair come out. Similarly, why the children, teenagers, they have depression and this and that, they have to go to school, they have to study, they got peer pressure, they've got to learn so many new things, they are being judged because of exams, they've got mean classmates who, because of different family background, so all the people like to say nasty things to each other, score one another, fight one another, curse one another, and show off and stuff like that. So the child's life is definitely filled with insecurities and uncertainties. The adults don't show it because our brain, who has more developed part of the brain that can handle the emotions with logical thinking and everything, always want to look cool. The kids always look at those people whoever looks cool is the one that is with, whoever looks cool is the one that will follow them. But what is the inner meaning? It means you're actually looking for confidence. You're actually looking to be recognized, to have confidence. Depression cause is because of low self-esteem. Low self-esteem comes from no confidence. And no confidence really that is low self-esteem that is protected by fear. Listen, protected by fear. And then fear is protected by ego. This is why we all continue to churn in the sea of samsara. We churn in the sea of samsara because of this. But if we are willing to see that we recognize that Buddha said that we have Buddha nature, we have Tathagata Gaba, we have clear light mind, then you are glowing from inside. When you glow from inside, you are able to experience this inner peace. That you know things are not perfect, that you know things are going up and down, but you can control one thing, that is your own peace, your own mind. That's why Buddhism teaches about meditation to recognize ourselves. Okay? Now, if we don't settle this, take charge of our own life and settle this, we will all suffer the same suffering from childhood to the point of our death upon if you are able to die at the right old age. So then, the manifestation of insecurity and low self-esteem comes out. You want to know how? In adults. Okay? The insecurity and this low self-esteem is very easily shown by in adults, keep on needing to buy things. Okay? And your house, you buy a bigger house where you don't need to stay so big house. Now we need to ask ourselves, do you need to? Okay? I'm going to reintroduce another way to see one thing. Because of low self-esteem, everybody fall into this trap. Okay? And I'm going to introduce this way, this way of seeing ourselves and ourselves. 后面那两个同学一整天好像在那边叽叽喳喳，要不要我做老师，叫一个坐前面，一个坐后面，比较好玩是吗？那两个老同学I'm just playing with them. So, I want to introduce this thing. So first we need to recognize, right? If you don't need to stay in such a big house, do you need to buy such a big house? Big land, right? Super branded car. Super branded clothes. Right? There's nothing wrong with them, but I want to explain something deeper now. Now, we take away all the brand, take away all the clothes and the houses and everything. Let's do something that everybody loves. Take out your mobile phone. Take out your mobile phone, turn it on, take out! Oh, wow. You didn't bring your phone. Wow, very good, huh? Okay, press the home screen. What do you see? Huh? What? A lot of apps, right? Do you know what you are now? You are the emperor. And all the apps are the concubines and the mistresses. 皇上，皇上，选我。Correct or not? All the apps are asking for your attention, you know? Right? YouTube app, Facebook app now got all the TikTok, right? And the Instagram app, right? You know all this is stemmed from what? It's funny, right? But you know why you like mobile phone? You know why you need to have so many apps? Who the hell uses all the apps anyway? Right? But why do we have all the apps? You know why? Because it makes you feel good. You have a choice. Right? Because you suddenly have a choice. And you're the 皇上，选我，按我，选我。Correct or not? Right? If there's no Wi-Fi, the apps all cannot work already. You see, you go out with your mobile phone, right? And then we all still look at the mobile phone, myself included, right? And then look at all the nobody SMS, WhatsApp now, or Line, or I don't know. Isn't it? Right? So all the apps are all your 嫔妃. Huh? You are the emperor. All the apps are all your concubine and your consort. All want your attention. Even the bank also. Even the banks also have apps. Even all the playing apps, singing apps, and everything. Correct or not? Then makes you feel empowered. Makes you feel you have a choice. You have a choice until you need to pay, right? Correct or not? Right? You want to use all the free apps, right? Right? But once you need to pay, what happens? Delete. Right? When the moment you need to pay, you delete. Who wants to keep an expensive app, right? I learn from my students, Rinpoche, if you want to drink milk, don't bring the cow home. When I first heard it, I didn't understand what they are talking, I said, when you want to drink milk, just go and buy, don't bring the cow home. Then later on they explain to me, and I go, oh, yeah. 要喝奶不用白头牛带回家. Right? I say, right? So, isn't it? Look at your mobile phone. Look at all the apps. All of them are. The moment we have all become so addicted to become empowered that it's like, wow, I have to press. How does this? You see? You see? Whoa! Look at all the concubine, the consort, the queen, everybody. 皇上, 看我. Correct or not? The moment there's no Wi-Fi, they are all dead. If there's no card, right? The moment all Wi-Fi, they are all dead. All become vampire. Right? They need to absorb the energy of the Wi-Fi. Right? The Wi-Fi energy. You understand? So why I learned this because yesterday I saw a very funny China cartoon. Right? And this Chinese cartoon, I don't know what is it called. What is it called? Huh? What? God troubles me. I think it's very funny. You please go watch this one. Okay? God troubles me. You all go and watch this one. Right? I learned this. Apparently, my daughter watched this. And then I also don't know. So next time, this kind of funny things must show me more often. Then I saw Li Ying watching. So I was wondering, oh, what are you watching? Then I said, whoa, all the apps suddenly come out alive, All the apps come out alive to become the queen, the concubine, the mistress, and everything. All want your attention. And it's true. Suddenly you see the user of the mobile phone has a choice. You have a choice. Why do we all love our gadgets? Because we don't have a choice. Many things we don't have a choice. But suddenly, when I have a smartphone, right? I hope my American students are beginning to use smartphones, no more dumb phones. They are the ones that told me we have dumb phones. Right? I was like, right? So, right? So the smartphone makes you feel good, makes you look good, makes you become special. You have a choice. You know many things, right? But do we? Do we actually know many things? Do we actually use everything that we have? No. Right? So, that's why you see, when we are in this situation of a low self-esteem and this and that, we need to go on you will realize these people go on an overdrive. Overdrive to prove to other people that they can do better. They should do better. They must do better. They must deliver results. They must prove to the world. Right? So all this, all my friends here, isn't it true? Your parents also tell you you must do better. You must prove yourself. You must, right? Correct or not? You must prove yourself. You must show me that you know what are your exam results. What are this, what are that. Because your parents are also got cursed by the same thing. So what is samsara? It is a repetition of ancestral curses. So the state of depression is we are so oppressed that we are beginning a rebellion, and this rebellion is obsession to our gadgets. Be it iPad, be it phone, be it laptop, be it computer. People don't really communicate anymore. People like to show that they are very productive and therefore very good, and show that they can work always behind a gadget. Always behind a gadget, or using a gadget, and using apps to prove their worth. Right? This is something very important for each and every one of us to recognize. If we have a gadget, and this, you can use this gadget to connect soul to soul with others, is beautiful. But the gadgets used to outperform each other, it is the result of low self-esteem. It is the result of fear. It is the result of oppression. You understand? So what happens when somebody has depression? It's difficult to tell them, say, hey, snap out of it lah, life it goes on. Okay? When somebody got depression, you must realize it is their choice. It is their choice to feel depressed. It is their choice to feel oppressed. Sometimes they cannot help it because, like what we say, some children or whatever, or young adults, up to young adults, the part of the brain is still not fully developed. Right? And the thing is this, everybody learns from one another. Children learn from adults, adults learn from one another. Everybody is learning from one another. And the main thing right now is this, we learn from one another, not through the work, and not through like the exam or the knowledge or the skill, but we learn from one another is the behavior. Okay, we learn behavior from one another. Yes, it's very fun, I understand. Huang Shang, Huang Ho, Niang Niang, Kan. Right? Yeah. You understand? It's definitely fun. This thing is so fun. It gives you a choice, give you a power, can connect, and they say, hey, show me. You see, everything is used to supposed to connect, but later on you try to connect by sharing, it's fun, is this and that. Well, sometimes it becomes overboard to become one to try to grab attention. Some people are using things to grab attention. Right? Why do I say this? Grab attention. Lama Kuncho explained to me one time I was we were in Boda, and so then I saw. Then I asked my guru, and then there's this people from Tibet. They came, okay. They come down, and then they are wearing. The reality is how I see. I see they are wearing big fur chuba, okay, with mala and colorful, some beads are very bright colorful mala, big mala, and big turning money wheel with some colorful bouquet and everything, and then they have a bell, and then they got some little bell or trinket, so when they walk there's some sound and this. So I said, wow. My guru asked me this question. What do you see? That time I remember I was 18 or 19 years old. What do you see? I said, wow, this person looks like big show off. Looks like big show off. Okay? Then suddenly I was so ashamed of myself when my guru said something, Yes. Looks like big show off. Reality, if you look closer, Do you now see that that's all they have? That thick chuba is the only big clothing that they have. Their mala and big so that they can see far away. They won't get lost. Their money wheel and this and that is whatever they see that is nice, they pick up and they hang as an offering. You are seeing it as a show off. It's because you have the mind to want to show off, because you are young and you are young, and he said, I'm incapable. You are young and you are incapable. So definitely you want to be capable, and first thing you see other people show off. The reality is, why don't we go over and ask him, how did you come over? How long do you take to walk over? Why do you, on this day is not so cold, why are you still wearing such a big chuba? So I really, after my guru said that, I so ashamed. The truth is, the twinklet and everything is those that they pick up from the floor. Right? So if there's an animal, they tie on the animal. So where the animal goes, there's some sound. Right? And then that's their only chuba. The mala they are using, and then they're turning and this and that. The money wheel, the stick still stick on the side of the chuba, and then they're turning, and they say, that's all they have. And then my guru says, oh, then you are at this age, and the first thing you judge is other people show off. Why don't you change position with him? Wow, even my ears turn red, Yeah, I feel embarrassed and shy. Right? So I say, what is kindness of guru is to expose ourselves to ourselves. Not to expose your current condition to your own mind. Then you see, you recognize, you see, then you feel you will make the adjustment yourself. That is most important. It's not a matter of me here saying that you're wrong, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and stuff like that. Okay? So, ego is because of low self-esteem. So how do we prevent this? You cannot prevent, because samsara is like that. But what we can do is we can start again. That let us see one another, see each other and our children as innately good. That we are all innately good. Okay, and we become naughty due to fear or other people seems better and more fun, but we are innately good. Like what, what's the best way to see the Buddha nature of beings? You want to know? You see now there's dog there. The Mia is there, right? Mia has Buddha nature, Do you know or you don't know? You learn, lah. Right? So, you see, the dog, does the dog care about brand? Does the dog care about food? Huh? Yes, the dog care about food, to eat, okay. But the brand of food, does the dog care about you? You see? Ultimately, the dog outperformed many human beings. But actually the dog didn't outperform. The dog just shake off all these things, like when the dog get wet, what the dog do? Shake everything off, right? Just shake everything off and just be there with you. Your pet, is there with you. You go and work for 12, 16 hours a day. When you go home, what happened? The dog give you dirty look when you go home. Why you come back so late? Why you forget about me? Dog do that? What would the dog do? Huh? Come and greet you, right? Say hello, wag the tail, show you love, and this and that, right? This unconditional love. You understand? Yeah. Do we recognize the dog having unconditional love, or you abuse the dog? Go away, are you? I'm very tired already. Okay? Now I want to share something with you. This about my family when I grew up. Extended family. They have depression, but they don't recognize it. They have depression, they didn't recognize it. I felt this depression comes from a low self-esteem that is wrapped around by protected by ego, and therefore they have some very warped thinking from my father's side. I give you a very good thing is, and I want to say, most of the older generation Chinese are all warped thinkers like that also. That means they by now should be about 70 years old and above. Alright? Those at my generation, maybe 50s, okay, half poisoned. Poisoned by proximity. Honestly, poisoned by proximity. Right? You want to know what is that? Do you hear this word in Hokkien or Cantonese when you are young, the older folks? In Hokkien it's called Hock Sai. Cantonese Foxy. Chinese called Fu Si. When you pray to the ancestral tablet, you have to, or the gods in the house, you have to, how to explain Fu Si? Serve. You have to serve the god, serve the ancestor. 有咩啊？嚇？頂拜人隆重我，哇！學晒呢啲錢啊，學晒啊。OK。冇吸燈啊，出嚟人隆重水㗎了，對嘛？啊。啊？即係人前排學晒，叫 OK， 做人排學晒，做鬼真食力。Okay, what happened is this hoksai, this foxy, this serf, 服侍 went into even the generation of my father. Some I don't want to mention who, but I want to say the generation of people have the same thinking, you know. I pray to the God, I have to serve the God, right? So therefore, once I have a car, the car must serve me. Listen, the car must serve me. And what does the car serve me means? It means I use the car, I don't need to change tire, no need to service, no need to everything. I use until the car die. And to me, and when I was young, I was like, I don't know how to say, right? Because I don't know how to express it. But deep inside me, this idea, this foxy, this hoksai thing, I felt is very damaging. That's why I felt many people wanted to be free of all these things. So if you look at people who are older, they always say, oh, you need to kneel down lah, you need to this lah, need a that lah, and to then if not, If not, then it's not correct lah. Not no. If they kneel down in New Year, then you must say all the good thing. Then you can get the ang pao or whatever, And it's by enforcement, not. And it's enforcement not by smiling. Last time people is really big cane one, Right? And so, now we need to think about this. Are we choosing our body to serve our ego? Or are we loving the body to let the Buddha nature grow? This is our choice. Okay? It's your choice. Our mobile phone, the apps, when I saw the cartoon and everything, immediately is really like, we are using this thing to serve our ego. And that's why you see people, a lot of people now we have become less and less of a genuinely caring society. After all, okay lah, you just do lah. If somebody send message to you a little bit longer, so you don't want to read. Right? Yeah. And nobody wants to call. The phone is not serving its purpose as a phone anymore, Who really talk on the phone these days? Then you are a special one. If you talk on the phone, you are special. It's good. Because you are using it to talk. Talk! Right? But if you use the phone and message, you see, it is the very in thing to do. But this also means we are not like the roaring lion. Do you understand? Right? The mobile phone really is your mandala. You are the lord of your mandala, your mobile phone, your iPad, your computer. All the apps that you have, they're calling you Huang Sang, Nyang Nyang. Okay? Yeah. All want your attention, all want you to use them. All want your money also. Isn't it? So it's funny when I see things and then everything, just apply Dharma immediately try to apply Dharma and observe. Right? So depression is not to encourage, but depression, this is not about encouraging the person with low self-esteem, but to let that person grow strong again, have a healthy sense of confidence. How do you heal people with depression is let them have a healthy sense of current manifested self with confidence. You can be very big and you can be a big, strong, beautiful man or woman, beautiful body, beautiful clothes, beautiful brand and everything, but have very little confidence and very low self-esteem and very low low self-esteem and such and stuff. Okay? And you know what? All of us have the same thing. Right? All of us have low self-esteem. All of us have low confidence. All of us have this. And it's a fact. All of us are like that. And it is by choice that we need to recognize ourselves and re-love ourselves. That's why love is the only answer. Not the way to do is the only answer. Many people always come to me, oh Rinpoche, what is the right way? What is the right way to do? How to do now? I only want to say love is the only answer. Okay? The love without judgment. That, you know, that's what I want to say. Buddha is love. Whether you believe in him or not, Buddha is love. You don't believe in Buddha, you won't go to hell. Okay? If you don't believe in Buddha, you won't go to hell. You believe in Buddha also does not mean you won't go to hell. Alright? Because belief in Buddha does not mean you want to become the Buddha. You must want to become your version of the Buddha. That is your inner, that is your Buddha nature. Suddenly I forgot what is the word. Doesn't matter. Forget then forget lah. Right? Your Buddha nature. That is love. So let us love one another. Right? And concern and care. And we always say we are generous. I love him, I love her, what, and this and that. But the person never accept me, eh? He never accept my love, eh? Right. So many people think that I give love means I'm generous. I give money means I'm generous. Now I'm going to tell you now. To accept love then is generous. If you are not the receiver, then who can be the giver? So don't always think that you are very great because you are the one that's always giving. The greatest one is to be like Mother Earth. It's always giving and receiving. Right? Mother Earth, giving and receiving. If you're always giving, don't know whether a person want or not, right? And this and that, then always giving is the sun. Right? Then you become salt fish. We become salted fish or hot sun. That's why we build buildings to hide from the sun. Right? So we have to give love, but receive love. That is grace. Okay? Give love and receive love. That is grace. If not, you are always just thinking about, oh, me, myself, and I, me, myself, and I. Okay? It is empty lah. You will feel empty if it's always about me, myself, and I. And then the next thing is, what's next? What's next to make me, myself, and I look better, feel better, to be seen better? It's never-ending chase. So we have to ask ourselves, do we really need so much? Do we really need so much? Do we really need to eat so much, buy so much, use so much? Right? Do we need to live until like whatever so much, you know? Only you know your condition, and only you know your answer. So my sharing with you is to please, before you give, please learn to accept, because that part is the real humility. Please learn to accept people's love and then be graceful. Then please learn to give love. Okay? Please learn to give love and accept love. Right? Like everybody loves babies, right? Why? Baby don't scold you back. Right? Yeah. So like that. You give baby love, baby give you love. Right? So like that. Very cool, huh? Let's call Tibetan Buddhism. Tibet very cool. Right? Any other questions? So one I have to answer 2 questions. So is mental depression caused by spiritual beings? Now do you feel it's caused by spiritual beings? Okay. It's by a suffering being with low self-esteem. But to say, there are other beings, lower realm beings, who are very low frequency energy and everything. When these people who have always low self-esteem and everything, depression, these other beings like to come and feed off that energy. So they may not be caused by them, but they are being, just now what I say, there's one word I say, this is poisoning by proximity. You understand? Affected due to the proximity of, I have this. That's why you see when somebody is angry, it's very easy to spread anger. But when somebody is happy, it's not easy to spread happiness, you know. Why? Because this person has got that low dense energy. When a person get angry very easily, can spread anger very easily, then you know all these people get angry very easily. These people have, another sense of the word, all have low self-esteem, all are very self-righteous, and all want to solve the problems of the world. Not with love, but with self-righteousness. And actually all you want is love, right? All you need is love, right? Okay? I understand. I feel you all. So, next question is, our son and myself have met many people who told us we have a fated line to Buddhism, but there has been a struggle to connect. Please advise. Then why connect? Buddhism is not for everybody. Buddhism is really for people who wants to change the world by changing themselves. Buddhism is really for people who want to be the change. Buddhism is really for those people who want to learn to take care of people below them. Right? Because people who are above them, ahead of them, they cannot take care. Then many people don't care. Right? Many people like to go, I don't care. But Buddhism is really for us to learn to take care of people below us. If we are more senior, or if we are more capable, I like that. We have to learn to take care of those below us. So in Buddhism, basically, we have to take the example of Lord Buddha. Buddha don't need to take care of the other Buddhas, right? Buddha didn't have I don't care attitude, right? Buddha did what? What did Buddha do? Buddha taught us with love, with care, with compassion. Buddha hear us. Okay? Buddha hear us. Buddha love us. Buddha support us. Buddha hold us. This is important. And this is the example we all learn from Buddha. To take care of those below us and beside us. This is important. So, the people who say, oh, I know how to do, but I don't know how to teach. I don't know how to teach. I don't know how to share. I don't know how. Then, this is why Buddhism is for you to practice. Now you understand? Okay? Many people say, oh, 我不懂啊，我不懂，我不会教啊。I don't know how to teach. I don't know how to explain. I don't know. I don't know. It's easy to say I don't know means they don't care. But if you care, You share. That's why they say care to share. Whatever you know, up to whatever your capability, you share. So Buddhism is for those who want to be responsible. It's not about wanting to connect with Buddha and pray, and then after that change my lifestyle. I love to eat chili crab, pepper crab every weekend, or all the live seafood. I catch the fish, chop and everything. Then I'm fated to Buddhism. But hard to connect because Buddhism say, some say have to be vegetarian, some say, cannot eat live seafood, die lah. I don't want to sacrifice my rights. My rights come from what? Low self-esteem. You understand now? Fear, ego. You understand now? What do we, people who have a lot of rights come because low self-esteem, fear and ego, therefore they must have their rights. Low self-esteem, fear, nobody to protect them. That's why everybody need to have guns. Make sense? Something wrong somewhere, right? You understand? 每个人都怕，到处每个人拿把枪咯，拿把大刀出门咯。Alright? So, as Buddhists, we really need to see things from multi-dimension, not just from, I'm used to seeing this dimension, that I see the other dimension. Or, Buddhist really means, I know myself, I'm responsible. What my problem is because of myself. Because your problem, my problem different, When something happens, some see as opportunity, some see as problem. What it really means is, everybody is responsible for our point of view. And that point of view is really due to your condition and your karma and your poisoning or your medicine. And it is your choice how you want to continue from here. Okay? Third question, how can we be like Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche when he is still smiling peacefully and resting, even though he was doing painful knee surgery with no anesthesia? Story from his disciple, thank you. Why do you want to be like Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche? Why don't you just be evolved version of yourself? You don't have to, you're not Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche. You are special. You are you. Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche is him. Even Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche had so glorious in his early life, right? And then when he went to practice, it was so difficult. Then when Tibet got attacked, he had to leave. And then, Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche suffer, his children die one by one. Who as a father want to cremate the body of their own daughter? Right? Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche became everything. Did you see Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche's earlier photo of his earlier life during when they escaped out of Tibet? He was thick, like a stick, so thin. Right? So, how people can become like this, smiling and peaceful, is because we've gone through a lot of shit, man. We've gone through lots of mind training. And we really stick to our guru's teaching. Not giving up, give love, receive love, support, teach, help, and everything. It's not easy. It's not about looking good and or maybe sitting here and talking. You suffer, I suffer, we all suffer. And therefore you don't have to be Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche. You just have to be a better version of yourself yesterday. This is my heartfelt love letter to all of you. I never wanted you to change. I don't need you to change. I just need you to recognize yourself, and then you change and evolve yourself. Love yourself. Love others. Don't let us all not be too quick to judge. That's all I ask for. Understand? Any other questions?
Rinpoche, just now you mentioned that for those who are depressed, they need to have their confidence built up. So how to build up this confidence?
Confidence is built up by habituation. It's like, first you do not know how to knead a dough. You don't know how to bake bread, so then you don't know. But you have to, when you learn, then you have to repeat, and then you have to have you need to recognize that you have this Buddha nature. You have this clear light mind. When you recognize your Buddha nature and clear light mind, there must be something must happen. There is this called curiosity. When you have curiosity, then you will try to experiment. Then you will try to do with repeated habituation and experimentation. You will have step by step of success. Then that will build confidence. If not, many people are very confident of having low self-esteem, you know. Isn't it? The best thing to do is be confident to go back to be the grumpy, grouchy old self. Isn't it? That itself is the great confidence and the capability, right? So capability and confidence come hand in hand. Great confidence and capability to be low self-esteem and everything. Understand? So habituation. That's why when we receive vows and everything, it's a habit to do your prayer. Habit. Continue. You don't do, you feel difficult. It's a habituation. A habituation, then there's something that you know it has been difficult, but you do, then there is a sense of divine pride. Happiness, confidence. Understand? Okay, just by doing the prayer itself, maybe people say, very boring lah, this, that, but repeated habituation, repeated, and then curiosity, how I can do better. I'm doing like this, like this, like this. Then better and better and better. Okay? Any other question? Yes?
So actually about this habituation thing, right? So from what I understand, actually a lot of people have depression, even as I think you also know everybody has some form of depressive state through their lives, right? And it's very repetitive. And what I notice with people is that they go through the depression states on their own, right? And then they build the curiosity, the bravery to come out the next day to go to work and be beneficial for everyone and everything. But then they go down and up and down and up again. The problem with that, I feel, is that one day it will be just a big trigger, and then they will have some very big negative thing, sometimes even suicide, right? We see it all the time. So what would you say to someone that is, because they hide, right? They don't want to show the depressive side. What would you say to someone who's trying to get to that habituation state? And then what if they do end up to the point where they are that breaking point, that suicide point?
Thank you. This very interesting question, but it's a very honest question. I have myself also been depressed difficult childhood, difficult, then of course army also difficult. Then after that, when my guru passed away, yeah, you don't know, I just cry for months, you know. Even now I think of my guru. His kindness is unbelievable. When people have depression, they immediately want to swing to they can still function as a human being and next day still go back to work, still be able to everything. Like me, through the years, even I'm very sad or very difficult, I still turn up. And I still keep my word, my prayer and everything. I still turn up and not run away. But how to, like what you say, to have a new habit or the old habit? Many people go back to the old habit. That is the confidence in the old habit to go back to the depression. And like what you said, the breaking point of suicide. At that time, whatever you say is no use. Go give this person a hug. Some people who are depressed feel that they are so have no value that people don't even want to hug them. Right? And you see, when we talk about suffering, it is something that is very common because everybody suffers. And then how do we readjust the suffering? How do we readjust all this suffering? How do we readjust this suffering is to accept that we have been defeated ourselves. We are defeated by this suffering. But do you want to get out of it? That is the main point. Do you want to grow out of it? From here, the new habituation is to keep on asking yourself, let's grow out of it and have a support group. Because people who are gone through to want to become suicide, you know, then you need to maintain that there is love, maintain there is friendship, maintain there is support. Alright? And then maintain, like for us, is to maintain a new habit. To maintain a new habit, to do the prayers, to do the thing like that. Some people will just say, oh, I just want to go keep on doing my work. I do day, do night, do everything, keep on overperform, keep on must prove to the world, I prove I can do it, I can this, I can that and everything. So really these are all different manifestations of depression. So then what is the opposite of depression? So let us all embrace this word, the opposite of depression, okay? Shall we? Okay? I don't know how to say in English, I know in Chinese. Yeah? Can we embrace this word? Okay? Please repeat after me. Yeah? 自在. Okay? 自在. Oh? So you embrace being serene and present. Okay? Inner serenity is the antidote of depression. Okay? Inner serenity is the antidote of depression. And you can only have inner serenity if you start to face up to yourself and you accept that you have strengths and you have weaknesses. Okay? Many of us don't want to accept that we have weaknesses. We only want to see our strength. And then we just look, and then we just keep on jamming on it. But keep on jamming on the strength while not recognizing and accepting our weaknesses does not give us the real reason to grow. Like communication. Like receiving love. Like sharing, like giving love. This is something that is important for everybody to know. So we know, first we must know what we are weak at, and then we know then we know whether how to do next, what to do next. We know how to do it with school subjects. I'm weak in mathematics, that I just keep on working on it. Then after that I can solve. It becomes a new habit. It's the same with our weak self. Weak versions of ourselves. We have to work on it. It cannot be solved immediately, but there's always a booster and a fertilizer called love. Kindness and support. That is grace. Okay? Any other questions?
Hi Rinpoche, I got a question. So you mentioned about that it is our choice to, and the person has to recognize that it is his or her choice to want to do something. So how do we, as a person who is seeing the other person suffer, that we can help that person feel empowered, that they can choose to get out of this?
Actually, you just play with them, joke with them, like, I say your mobile phone. That's why I say you're the Huang Sang, you're the Niang Niang, Xian Wo, the apps. It's because they are very oppressed. Right? You can tell them, say that if you can choose what apps you want, a depressed person can watch Facebook, can watch YouTube, can this and that. It means they still have the power to choose. You just need to bring it to their attention that they can. Sometimes they have obstacles. Certain pujas need to be done. Do some, make merit, do pujas, they help. Animal liberation, and actually also one thing, okay, go swim in the sea and get sunlight. It helps. Okay, go swim in the sea and get sunlight. It helps. If you cannot swim, then just soak in the sea water and get sunlight. Get sunburn a bit is okay. Okay, and then you will see totally this person can 180 degrees different. Okay, any other question? No? Thank you. So, thank you for coming. Let's recite. I give you oral transmission of Nam Gyalma short mantra. We'll recite a little bit for all the animals killed. I also want to say a cause of depression is also due to eating a lot of meat. No animal wants to be murdered for its flesh. When the animal is being chased to be caught, the animal is really frightened. All the, what do you call that, cortisol? Bad hormones, stress hormones, fear hormones already everywhere. And then you very happily chop off their head, slit their throat, and then everything, then they are frightened and everything, so this and that. So that's why we really should pray for the animals that you eat. That you must know that you are eating animals and not eating a dish. They are all suffocated beings, like fish and prawns and crabs or whatever, you know, suffocated or being murdered. That's why it's a choice that you want to. It's your choice whether you want to eat less meat or whatever. So eating a lot of meat also causes depression. It's also maintain this depression. Okay? So please repeat after me. Okay? Om Brum Soha. Om Brum Soha. Om Brum Soha. Yeah. So also when you are reciting, then feel like many bubbles of anger, of sadness, of pain, of 委屈，英文叫什么？啊？ Grievance, your grievances, your unhappiness, also all the beings' negative karma, your own negative karma, your ancestors' negative karma, the animals that you have eaten, all the pain, suffering, and the nightmares, our nightmares, our fears. Let's visualize that, upload them to Buddha, surrender our grasping to them. Okay, upload them, feel that they become like bubbles and they float into the sky, into the heavens, okay? Om Brum Soha, 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 Om Brum Soha Om Rum Soha Om Amita Ayodade Soha. The power of the mantras recited and by our pure heart and motivation, may all beings, including ourselves, our suffering, our pain, our past, our fears, and the causes for death and the causes of suffering and depression, all be surrendered and float to the heavens. May our hearts be free. May we have inner serenity and peace. May Buddha bless us with grace. And may we choose grace. May we choose love. And may we choose to have this power to make ourselves and others happy. Om Maho, Om Maho. May the precious body mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born and now decline but increase forevermore. Okay, thank you. You don't have to recite any other thing.
Om Savasti, like the countless light rays that radiate from Ruby Mountain, exquisite Amitayu, Lord of everlasting life, who cultivates and one does not tire of seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality, please hastily grant our Guru the seal of stable and everlasting life. You're intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading holy Dharma through explanations and practices, in order to lead disciples on the path to liberation. You're the one who is an unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully, my precious Holy Guru, to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully, my precious Holy Guru, to live a long life. I request respectfully, my precious Holy Guru, that your Dharma activities spread and flourish far and wide. I request respectfully, my precious Holy Guru, to bless me to be never separated from you. In all my future rebirths, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru. May I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Me me zo we a chin chin Rime Kempe Wangpo Jampe Ya Ganche Kempe Song Ke Song Kapa Lo San Drape Shala Soani Mi Me Zo Wei De Chi Chi Rezi Rime Kempe Wangpo Jampe Ya Ganche Kempe Song Ke Song Kapa Lo San Drape Shala Soani Mi Me Zo Wei De Chi Chi Rezi Rime Kempe Wangpo Jampe Ya Ganche Kempe Song Ke Song Kapa Lo San Drape Shala Soani.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Please offer 3 prostrations. Okay, can switch the camera. Switch the camera. Switch this one. Okay. And then just announcement. So, good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining us today for Singha Rinpoche's Dharma teaching. So, I'd like to repeat the upcoming activities that the temple will be organizing the upcoming week. On Sunday, 2nd of July at 11 a.m. is a Chinese Sutra recitation for the full moon day. So, this sutra recitation is open to public, and then for those who like to join, we welcome and we look forward to seeing you at 11 a.m. in the main hall at Tikchen Choling. Okay, next. So on next Thursday, 6th of July, there will be 2 Tibetan pujas to celebrate His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's birthday. At 8 a.m., the Ocean of Offering Clouds raining down good fortune, and at 10 a.m., the Namgyama Puja. If you are available at these timings, you are also welcome to join us to sit in the main hall while the Sangha will recite the puja text. For those who would like to offer light offerings or any other offerings, you can do so via the Tikchen Choling website. So, other upcoming pujas is this Saturday. There's a free blessing for children at 10 a.m. For those who like to join, please scan the QR code and sign up. And at 4 p.m., there's a Lamo Kamsok Puja. If you like to offer talk, you can also register via the QR code. The pujas are also open to public, and we look forward to seeing you at this timing this Saturday. So as Rinpoche has mentioned, today is next module. Sorry, one more announcement is the upcoming Exploring Buddhism module, which will take place on site from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the dates that you see on screen now, starting from the 16th of July. So join us on site with Dharma Brother Keith Chong to learn more about Buddhism, as this course provides learners with basic understanding and appreciation of Buddhism. So registration is compulsory, so please do register before the start of the first class, and we look forward to seeing you in class on the 16th of July. So, thank you. Yep. So thank you for attending today's teaching, and as Rinpoche mentioned, today is a public holiday, so please we'd like to encourage everyone to make light offerings for all the animals that have been killed for food, and we wish you an auspicious day ahead. Thank you.